The NFL draft is just over a month away, and the Chiefs front office continues to roll through their draft boards. At the same time, the organization is tasked with the job of figuring out free agency deals both in-house and on the market. Really no offseason for general managers here in the National Football League. What is up, Chiefs Kingdom? Happy Tuesday. I'm Hayley Lewis, and this is Chiefs News Daily. The Chiefs make things official with a few players as more and more voice their concerns over offseason deals. Brett Veach continues to get dragged into the conversation. Is he doing enough, or is he not doing enough at all? So let's talk through some more free agency targets and the offseason drama right now. But first, give us a like and subscribe right here on the KCSN YouTube channel, and let's get this one going. So the Chiefs shared via social media a few of their recent signings, making things official with running back Kareem Hunt, quarterback Gardner Minshew, and wide receiver JuJu Smith-Schuster. Now, Kareem Hunt posted on his own Twitter account a retweet of his signing with a few emojis. The 29-year-old obviously very happy to be back in Kansas City for another year. However, there were other teams apparently out there on the market shopping for the veteran back. According to ESPN's Jeremy Fowler, the Bears were interested in snagging Hunt. Fowler's tweet read, quote, "another option for Hunt," before he signed back with the Chiefs. The Bears, whose running back coach, Eric Bieniemy, spent 2 seasons with Hunt back in Kansas City. Now, Chicago ended up bringing back Travis Homer, as Adam Schefter reported. Now, back in early February, if you missed it, Chicago hired EB as their running backs coach after the longtime assistant left the college ranks at UCLA. Now, Bieniemy served just 1 season as an assistant head coach / offensive coordinator to the Bruins. Apparently, that was the plan all along. EB was with the Chiefs from 2013 until the 2022 season, and he coached Hunt during that time in his early years from 2017 up until he left in 2018. Now, Gardner Minshew is also officially a Chief. Kansas City made the signing official on Monday afternoon. Honestly, we love the hat. We love the flow. We need the hair care routine ASAP. And our own Josh Briscoe and Seth Kaiser seem to love the deal as well. They gave their initial thoughts on the signing.
The good vibes in the locker room. Also, maybe the NFL quarterback the least like Carson Wentz, as far as I can tell, just personality-wise. God, I'm excited, Seth!
Kansas City is where veteran quarterbacks now come to breathe for a minute. You know what? Can Gardner Minshew come in and play at an average level in a good offense and keep things rolling for a game or two? He can. That's all I care about with my backup. If he has to play 2 or 3 games, are you going to be okay? Gardner Minshew checks that box. Even if, let's say, Mahomes has to miss 8 games or something crazy, right? I think they can win half their games with Gardner Minshew. That's all you need from a backup to where your season doesn't end if you have to go to your backup for an extended time period.
Chiefs beat reporter Matt McMullen also shared 5 things you need to know about Minshew. Number 4 is what stood out to me. Get this. We all know he has quite the personality, the hair, the stash, all that. But did you know he traveled across country in an RV in 2019? He also flew in an F-16 Falcon fighter jet. He also lived in a renovated bus outside of a gym during the 2022 offseason. Honestly, it all tracks. We know the guy has no shortage of personality, so this is going to be a fun training camp to watch. Kansas City also made things official with JuJu Smith-Schuster sharing his signing online. Fans continue to express their happiness about the re-signing. One fan tweeted out, "JuJu Smith-Schuster is coming back to the Chiefs. It was announced on Saturday, quote, which was my birthday, and now it has been official. Welcome back to Chiefs Kingdom, JuJu." While another fan tweeted out, quote, "things in life that just make sense. Keeping JuJu Smith-Schuster on the Chiefs. So glad to have you back, sir." So a busy few days for the front office as they continue to build their 2025 roster. The draft also quickly approaching. The Chiefs have 8 picks coming up this year. Should the free agency shopping stop for now, or should they still be looking to target some players ahead of Green Bay? Charles Goldman with A to Z Sports ties in a few players that he thinks Brett Veach should take a hard look at, one of which is already in-house. Goldman writes, quote, "at this point, the consensus is the Chiefs can improve at the defensive tackle position in the 2025 NFL draft. However, re-signing Mike Pennel to ensure that you don't go backward, well, that sounds noteworthy, especially considering Pennel has shown that he's not above standing in as a veteran depth on the practice squad. Pennel had 20 tackles in 2024 with 17 solo stops, a career high of 3 sacks with 8 total pressures. Now, Goldman also mentions players like wide receiver Devin Duvernay, offensive lineman Lucas Patrick, and even wide receiver Stephon Diggs. Let us know in the comments below any free agents that you think the Chiefs need to take a hard look at right now. All right, one player the Chiefs have already already moved on from is safety Justin Reid. A hard move, but a necessary one. Well, Reid, now with the New Orleans Saints, joined Kay Adams this morning to talk more about the decision to leave Kansas City. In fact, Reid made it really clear that he actually wanted to stay in Kansas City if he could.
And they were in a conversation too. I was also texting Coach Spags and OBC Coach Merritt the whole time along the process to see if something could be worked out. But the only constant thing in this business is change. That's the only thing that's ever the same year to year, is that things always change. And I don't think that it was from a lack of want to on either side, but rather just a product of the situation and what salary cap space was available and what moves was the emphasis of the offseason to go out and make.
When did you know that it wasn't an option to go back with the Chiefs? Like after Super Bowl, before Super Bowl?
No, probably early that second day of free agency. I was actually trying to wait. Yeah, I was trying to wait to buy time to see if we can get something worked out. And then, cards unfolded and it just didn't work out, and then you have to end up making the next best decision for yourself. And that's why I ended up choosing the Saints.
It's a tough business to say in the least. Apparently, Reid almost signed with the Philadelphia Eagles as well. Speaking of Philly, I also want you to hear this clip from another part of his interview with Kay about what exactly went wrong in Super Bowl 59.
What did it come down to? Is it accurate that starting fast would have been a thing?
Yeah, I think that would have made a tremendous impact. They just jumped out so quickly. And then once the bleeding stopped, it was hard to stop it and turn momentum. Wanted to come out and have an explosive play in the second half. And, credit to them. They played one hell of a football game. And they were, frankly, dominant in the game from the first three quarters. So, yeah, it stung. But, in some ways, you respect an opponent that comes out and plays that hard.
All right, moving on to another trending topic on Chiefs Twitter right now. Just over 24 hours ago, a record deal was made with Texans cornerback Derek Stingley Jr. Now, lots of Chiefs fans reacted because of what the deal now means to the quarterback market and really the ability for the Chiefs to strike up a long-term deal with Trent McDuffie. The biggest concern, which we talked about yesterday with you guys, is really over money. Can Kansas City be able to afford a deal within that $30 million a year ballpark? Former Chiefs offensive lineman and Super Bowl champ Mitchell Schwartz tweeted out, quote, "I don't get why so many Chiefs fans are up in arms about this. You think the team wants to spend more money on a guy by waiting? Both sides have to agree to a deal. And if you don't, he continues playing for a relative pittance on his rookie deal. For a team that has managed the cap, managed the draft, and on-field performances as good as anyone since Pat's deal, I'm not sure why there's so much negativity over someone else signing." Now, I see where he's coming from, right? Fans and myself included are concerned over the fact that Stingley's deal raises the cornerback market so much so that in return, McDuffie's representatives are of course going to want to shoot for a deal of that caliber. And as you guys know, Kansas City is very cash-strapped already, so is that even possible? Now, Schwartz is pointing out here how the Chiefs front office has always done a great job at managing the salary cap and retaining their talent while fans are being very negative. I get the point that he's trying to make, and he's right. If there's anyone you should trust in this situation, it is Brett Veach. And knowing him, there's probably already some deal in the works or some plan that he's already working on. However, I can't speak for others, just myself, but I do understand the perspective of, quote, are the Chiefs behind the ball on this deal? And at the same time, I also understand it's just how things work in the sports business. It's definitely one of those wait and see situations, and you do have to ultimately just trust the organization. All right, let's wrap up the day with a little bit of a social media post. Adam Schefter shared this on Twitter today. Quote, "So far, there have been no trades involving first-round picks in the 2025 NFL Draft. This is the closest to the start of the NFL Draft in which there have been no trades for first-round picks since 1993, when 5 days before that year's draft, the Chiefs traded a first-round pick to the 49ers in exchange for QB Joe Montana." Well, the draft is officially 37 days away, so we will have to wait and see. Right now, Kansas City, of course, has that lone first-round pick at number 31 overall. All right, folks, that does it for another episode of Chiefs News Daily. As always, we'll be back again tomorrow. In the meantime, we ask that you like and subscribe right here on the KCSN YouTube channel. Have a great rest of your Tuesday. We'll see you back here on Wednesday.